Welcome back to Ben's Garage. Yes, we're back in the kitchen. Got some cooking to do. And whether it was on a comment or when we was live streaming, people was asking me what things we sort of cook. And I said, well, Tina does the Indian curries, I do the pizzas, and I do the Chinese, and Tina does a lot of other stuff. Anyway, we're doing Chinese today. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to do a lot of waffle. I've got me get up on just for a laugh. Today we're doing crispy chili shredded beef. One of my all-time favourite Chinese takeaway dishes. There's a couple of stages to doing it, so I'm going to bring you along, show you the way that I do it, and yeah. It's that easy. You could do it at home, and let's get to it.
Slice the beef into very thin strips, but watch those fingers with that sharp knife. Sprinkle the beef with salt. Let's cover the beef with cold water. Make sure it's all mixed in. Now we're going to pop it in the fridge and leave it overnight. But don't forget to change that water.
So to start off, you want to cut your beef up into strips, as I've done in the video. And then you're going to want to put some salt on it, and then cold water. This is to bring out the red of the meat, because if you don't do that, when you go to fry the beef in the batter, it will actually burn. So what I do is put the salt in, put the cold water in, make sure it's all mixed up, leave it for a couple of hours, change the water, and do it again, put some cold water back in. The longer you leave it, the better. I'm actually going to leave it in the fridge overnight. I've done it now. I'm going to leave it in there, and then I'll change the water later on, leave it in the fridge overnight, and then we'll go on to the next stage.
Two dessert spoons of custard powder. 4 dessert spoons of potato starch. You can also use cornstarch, but potato starch is much better. 1/4 teaspoon of MSG. This is optional. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Give it a good mix. Oh yes, stir it up. Now let's divide the mixture by half. Beef out of the fridge and drained. Pop it into half of the mixture. Mix it well. Make sure it's all combined. Let's beat an egg. We'll stick that in there too. When you've got that egg beaten, Make sure it's mixed well in. Make sure your oil's nice and hot. Dip your eggy beef into the flour mixture. I think we'll speed this little bit up because it's dragging on ever so slightly. Let's dunk it all back in for a second go at frying. This will make it nice and crispy. Let's drain the oil now, because we don't want to put it in the fridge, sitting in fat. Get that wok nice and hot. Add some oil. Onions, carrots and red pepper all going in. Stir it up. Cook it up till they're nice and soft. Half a teaspoon of MSG. This also is optional. Keep stirring. Now we're adding HP brown sauce. Make sure it's HP and not Daddy's. In the immortal words of Bob Marley, stir it up. Now let's add some crushed garlic, or even chopped if you prefer. Ah, the sweet and sour sauce from a jar. And again, we stir it up. A teaspoon of chili flakes. Hot, hot, hot. Lee and Perrins, Worcestershire sauce. Let's throw in some dark soy sauce. That'll darken it up nicely. And now we throw in the beef. Give it a good stir. Make sure it's all in that lovely sauce. And now it's ready to serve.
And there you have it, all done and dusted. You can serve it up with what you want: chips, rice, fried rice, you name it. You can do it noodles. We quite often have it with rice. Nice simple dish, and the ingredients that go in it are quite, oh, wouldn't have thought that went in there. But yeah, so it's all stuff you can make at home. The one thing we do use out of a jar is the sweet and sour sauce, because it's a bit, you can make your own sweet and sour sauce, but the sweet and sour sauce as we get it, agri-douche, comes, it's got lumps of pineapple and bits and pieces in it, and it's just a rigmarole making your own sweet and sour sauce basically, but the rest of it's all done from scratch. So it was pretty easy. One of my favourite Chinese dishes. If you like it, give it a go. If you give it a go, let me know in the comments what you think of it. As always, the MSG is an optional extra. It's a flavour enhancer. It's nothing nasty. It just brings out the flavours in things. We use it. I use it on the Chinese dishes. Tina doesn't use it. She doesn't like using it, but she does eat it. That's optional. You don't have to use it, but you will notice the difference if you don't use it. But yeah, so give it a go. Hope you liked this video. Please click the thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. And from me and the Hobbit, she's out walking the dogs yet again. It's bye for now.